Well, it's official. Seth Rollins has blown out his MCL and ACL and is going to miss 6 to 9 months, thus relinquishing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. What's WWE's response going to be, and why this might be the best thing that could have happened to Seth Rollins? I'll tell you all that and more right here, right now on Dead on Dave Productions. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. And yes, very, very unfortunate news. Seth Rollins, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, has blown out his MCL and ACL in Dublin trying to powerbomb the big red decaying corpse of Kane. And you can see a clip from the video. You can see I put a little still frame. You can see that knee just twerking, and it's not good. It looks so bad, especially when you watch the video and you see it happening. You could tell something was immediately wrong. And to Seth's credit, man, he went and finished the match and in fact ended up hitting the powerbomb on Kane. So this is one tough man, but God, it's unfortunate because there's so much criticism that's going on during Seth Rollins' title reign. You know, he's one of the weakest champions we've ever seen. He's cartoony, he's all these things, but he has done an amazing job at the same time. It's kind of one of those backloaded criticisms because there's a lot he's done well, and he's kept the title relevant. Now, here is the thing. The reality is, during the time that he has been champion, the ratings are as low as they've been in a very long time. So in some regards, in some respects, this could be the best thing that ever happened to WWE and Seth Rollins at this current moment. More on that in a moment. The bigger thing is the response from WWE. The immediate response, no messing around, no teasing an announcement for Monday. No, they have already announced that at Survivor Series, excuse me, not SummerSlam, at Survivor Series, there will be a tournament to determine a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That's huge news. A tournament of that caliber at a major pay-per-view. This is exactly, and it's unfortunate that it happened under these circumstances, but this is exactly what Survivor Series needed. Let's face it. I talked about it just a couple of weeks ago about how Survivor Series needs to return to prominence and how important that is. Well, sometimes a really terrible thing can open the door to something absolutely epic and awesome, and that might be exactly what we have on our hands. Who's going to be in this tournament? The possibilities are endless. I think that it's kind of a present, a gift, a coincidence gift, whatever you want to call it, that Daniel Bryan has been medically cleared, and it looks like he is close to returning. Could he be a surprise entrant in this tournament and thus a huge favorite to win? Putting the belt on Bryan right now is probably WWE's best option in a lot of ways, because if you want to get max eyeballs and you want to get a lot of attention, a lot of buzz, and you want to make max amount of people happy, I don't think there's a bigger name that you can put the belt on. I've thought about it and who else could win this thing. And that is the biggest impact that they can make, is have Daniel Bryan come back and win it. But only if he is healthy enough to do this. If he's not, then they might as well not even bother, because it's pointless. Because if he's not going to be able to stick around and carry this title, whoever wins this title is probably going to have to carry it to WrestleMania. I think it's important. Do you bring back Brock Lesnar early to win this tournament? That's an option. Is he going to want to do that? That's a much bigger workload. You do have that option. Do you go begging John Cena to come back? That's going to piss a lot of people off. I don't think anybody wants to see that. Keep John Cena out of this. There's no reason to have him to win the title. That is a knee-jerk reaction by the WWE if they were to go that route. Same thing with having Roman Reigns win the title, which I think is what a lot of people are going to expect. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the route, because I don't think he was going to take the belt off of Rollins anyway. I feel that they're kind of just fulfilling obligations to him by putting him in this spot now, kind of to build it for the future. We'll see where it ultimately goes. They have options. Is this the time that you pull the trigger on the Dean Ambrose heel turn and you have those two go after each other in the final round of this tournament and have Dean win the title and be a heel Dean or a tweener Dean, whatever you want to do? You have that option. How about Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens is a wild card here because he makes an awful lot of sense in so many ways. He's been a great Intercontinental Champion, but imagine what he can do with the World Heavyweight Championship belt. I mean, it could be quite explosive. I don't think that they have that much confidence in him yet to put him in that big of a spot, but we'll see. It's going to be very interesting. As long as it's not Cena, I think a lot of people will be happy, and I think they'll be even more happy if it's not Reigns. But there's lots of options. There's plenty of possibilities. You could take a flyer on Cesaro if you want at this point. I mean, this tournament has to be epic. It's got to be big. It's got to be over the top. There's got to be big names in it. They got to pull some rabbits out of the hat. Do you try to get one of the NXT guys involved? What do you do here? What would you guys do? You're booking. You have the power. Who do you put in this tournament? And ultimately, who do you have win it? That's a good question. Let me know in the comment section below, or hit me up on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV, and tell me what you guys think. Who should win this tournament and who should just be in the tournament? Who would you like to see? Right now, I'm handicapping at Daniel Bryan or Brock Lesnar. I think both of them make a lot of sense, and I think Kevin Owens is right in that category as well. Dean Ambrose, a heel Dean Ambrose, makes sense too. So those are my four guys, mainly because I wanted to ignore any possibility of John Cena coming back early to win the thing, or Roman Reigns, because I don't want to see him as champion. So as far as Seth Rollins goes, this could be the best thing that could have happened to him. Because let's face it, for all the good that Seth has done, and I think that we can all agree that he's been an effective champion in some ways. If you're a fan of the ultra weasel weak champion, and that is what Seth Rollins has been booked as. But let's face it, he's also had a very lengthy title run, and that's going to carry weight down the line when he ultimately returns. When he comes back, the options that they have with him are limitless. They're able to bring him back as the champion who never gave up his title. They can bring him back completely repackaged as a face. This gives them an out because they no longer need to keep him heel. I mean, this is a beautiful thing if you're Seth Rollins and you're unhappy with the creative direction that you've had. His coming back is going to be such a huge impact because he had the title for as long as he did. If he would have got hurt after a month, I don't think it would have mattered that much. But the fact that he held the title as long as he did, and he was able to make as much of a name for himself and defeat some of the names that he has defeated for whatever nefarious means he's been able to accomplish it with, that's a different question. But it's impressive nonetheless. So when he makes his return, it's going to be a big deal. And it'll probably be somewhere around, optimistically, SummerSlam. I mean, let's face it. I think WrestleMania is definitely out of the picture, and then you're not going to bring him back in any of the B shows. So you're going to aim for SummerSlam, and that might not be feasible. It might have to be Survivor Series next year. You do more in a wrestling ring than, especially you ask more of your knee in a wrestling ring than you do in almost any other sport, because you jump more, you do more things, and especially Seth Rollins. I don't know if you rush him back from this. This is a severe injury, but he's an unbelievably, incredibly fit guy. He's relatively young. He should be able to bounce back from this, but I don't want to see him come back too early. It's unfortunate, but I think ultimately down the line, this is the best thing that could have happened to Seth Rollins and WWE, because now WWE doesn't have to look like a gutless dick by taking the title off Seth and putting it on Roman because they think it might be better for ratings or whatever the plan might have been to a reaction of low ratings. Now they have an opportunity, a clean slate, if you will, to really go at and do whatever they want to try and boost the ratings without looking bad, without taking the belt off of Seth Rollins in a bad way or an ill thought out way. This this could be a very big positive for everybody involved. Yes, it's unfortunate he got hurt, and I wish nothing but the best to Seth Rollins. I hope he has a quick and speedy recovery because I really do like this guy, and I hope he comes back as a face, just a super over face, and it's going to be awesome. I'm very much looking forward to it. The landscape will be very different when he comes back. So let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. What do you guys think? What is your opinion on this whole situation? Let me know. I want to know in the comment section below, and I also want to know on Twitter. Hit me up at DeadOnDaveV. Let me know what you think. Also, go check out the website, deadondave.net. Go check me out on Skype. You can hit me up on Skype if you just want to send me a message at davidvancura, davidvancura. You can go check out the Dead on Dave merchandise store over at deadondave.spreadshirt.com. Pick yourself up some cool shirts. We got all kinds of good stuff over there. You can go check that out. And you can support the channel just by sheerly donating right in the description box below. Hit the donate button. And, you know, give your favorite fat man a tip. You can do any of those options as you see fit. Can make no promises on SmackDown tonight, kids. I'm absolutely exhausted. But there will be a SmackDown review one way or the other, whether it's live or it's later. I have not decided yet. I am exhausted. I went live because this is a huge story, and I wanted to talk about it, but I'm really, really tired. So I'm probably going to sleep. It's 11 o'clock at night here. Got to get some Z's. And then when I wake up, I'll do SmackDown. I'll do segment by segment, match by match breakdown, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this. Dead on Dave live this weekend whenever I decide to do it, whatever is best for all the football stuff that's going on. That will be an interesting conversation because obviously this will be the big topic of discussion. So thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Continue supporting the channel. We're going right up the ass of the YouTube community, man. And we got some big news coming up with Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, man. His new album is getting ready to drop. Black Mozart, December 17th. I'm going to have a lot more news on that. We're going to have a lot more exclusives on that coming up very soon. So be prepared for that. It's going to be huge. It's going to be epic. And I'll tell you exactly how you can get involved and support one of the most awesome, badass, and accessible hip-hop stars in the game right now. My buddy, Real Talk, Metaphor Messiah. So also, make sure you go check out Tommy C over at Shot from the Point if you need your hockey fix. If you got to get that ice in your veins, Tommy C is your hookup. So make sure you go check him out as well over at Shot from the Point on YouTube. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me once again right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, babe,
have talented friends.
Damn right, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.